Hi, taalks.com audience. I'm Jacques Delacour, founder and CEO of OPTIS company. So I founded OPTIS in 1989, so about 30 years ago, with a focus, in fact, on optical simulation. And at this time, in fact, software that existed were only addressing lens design or traditional optical design, I mean for telescope design or microscope design. And I saw there was a lot to do in light simulation. So more than optics, my thinking was how can I address more topics by not only addressing optical systems but addressing light design. And this is what we do. For instance, if you think about a lighting system like a headlamp or tail lamp or car, we develop software that helps to design efficient and performant lighting, like so headlamps, but also beautiful ones, like for when you have to add some light signature, visual signature. Our customers are using the software so that they can design very elegant lines with lights and they play with light. Other topics we address, for instance, are when you design inside the car, there's a lot of light inside the car. It can be the dashboard, it can be the GPS, the radio, and so on. So what we provide is the way you will perceive all this information with light, but more, it's reflection material and reflection in windshield, because this is very important for safety, for instance. So what we provide is the ability to see the virtual world as realistic as possible. And to do that, we have developed some unique features. For instance, we have human vision model. So first of all, we have the light simulation, which is unique. We start from light like LEDs and these light sources, and we are able to recreate exactly how light is propagated inside. It can be also a room for architecture or any kind of system. So how light is propagated, and then how light is perceived and the information is perceived. That's where we provide very accurate simulations. And by accelerating our software, we then entered into virtual reality. And that's very important for virtual reality, to have as realistic as possible images, because they need to make decisions on something that doesn't exist. So what we do at OPTIS is really to provide something that is very accurate in terms of light level, in terms of colors, so that we can really rely on the virtual mockup you see and play with it, play with light, play with reflection, play with material you can put inside your new products. So first of all, as I said, light simulation is something very different to any other. We don't just launch rays, I would say, and have them creating the image, but we really focus on light propagation. For us, light is photon. We, for instance, take into account polarization, which is very important as soon as you have a glass inside your system and in light guides and this kind of stuff. We have a very strong focus on material simulation. That's very important, because what we have to keep in mind is that everything you see is not the object. What you see is light. And light is bumping into your object and then coming back to your eye. That's what you see. So if you switch off light, of course everything is dark. So that's really what we reproduce, and that's where you can really focus and understand how, when you design a new product, it's very important to work both and simultaneously on light and material, because you can really enhance the material you choose and you want to put in. We believe that physics simulation, the way that is done at OPTIS, so as I said, we start with physics of optics. So physics simulation really brings information that is the only one on which you can make a decision. So the other point is that a display, when you look at the virtual reality, it's a display, it can be a virtual reality center, it can be a headset, virtual or augmented reality headset. We can reproduce everything, all the chain, from the light source to this virtual system. And this system, like a display and so on, they can't reach the level of light you have in real world. Of course, the sun is very high, very bright, so you don't have this brightness on display or even on headset. What we do is to treat the information, which is light, so that you reproduce the virtual world as realistic as possible, as you can really see it. For instance, if you are glare on an area of 10 degrees, the software will give you the information that's on 10 degrees, you don't see the information. And you can imagine how important it is when you design a cockpit for an aircraft, for instance. You must be sure that the pilot will really see the information. That's what we provide. As you know, light has moved a lot, especially with the arrival of LEDs. You can really play with light level, colors, and there's a lot of evolution and new material coming, especially with fibers, 3D printings. You can play with translucency, with light, which can be also handled and considered as a material. So there's a lot of new light, a lot of new material, and the challenge people have is how to make my product more attractive, how can I sell more, how can I better manage perceived quality and really create some new, cool and very beautiful, attractive products. That's where we are. That's in fact the focus we have with Light Material and Design conference. We want to bring all the topics on the table, to speak about light, how to manage light, and to speak about material. What are the new materials, like diffractive, like holographic elements and films, and then to combine both to show how both interact together and how you can play with light and material to have something very unique. So that's the topic of the day, of the Light, Material and Design Day. So it's to present new light, new material, and how to model everything together, to anticipate virtually, to create a virtual market, and to make your decision on your future product. By attending this conference, people will first of all learn about new material and new light. I think that's an important thing. Things are moving, but it's funny to see how you can really mix different materials together to create a new one at the end, and or use new micro structured technology or micro drilling machines so that you can really play with the material. So people will see new material, but how to model them in the software, and how to imagine and create new material, but virtually, not playing with the real one, virtually, so that you can really create something totally new with very bright optical effects, mixing everything together and see, okay, if I put it on my product, how will it look here like? So that's very important to anticipate the decision and to see how your product will look like. That's really the topic, and so people will know better where they can go. For instance, we are discussing with people who are creating concept cars, so that's very important, because these new cars, they want to be very attractive, they want new material, they want light guides everywhere and so on, and they want to have it communicating with the driver, because we're entering into autonomous driving, and you must play with light but also alert the guy, alert the driver that something has to happen and he has to take back on hands and on the steering wheel, for instance. This typical light design material conference is the first, of course, so it's something very new, but we believe that with the evolution, quick evolution of lighting and matter and creation and this, all this cool stuff arriving, like holographic things, like I said, we believe we have to do it early. So this is what we want, but we also want to be not only in Europe, but to cover US and to cover Asia. So what we believe is that we will have a conference in Europe, but different parts of the world, so that we can also integrate other needs. It sometimes depends, colors and material depends on culture. So that's very important that this day can happen somewhere else in the world later on.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.